The Zoll AED Plus. Not all AEDs are created equal. All Zoll AEDs are equipped with real CPR Help technology that empowers rescuers with the tools necessary to provide high-quality CPR. The Zoll AED Plus includes proven, one-of-a-kind, life-saving technologies. These technologies have been shown to improve the quality of CPR being performed, and as a result, increase cardiac arrest survival rates. In a moment, we will be demonstrating some of the features of the AED Plus. But first, I'd like to discuss why having an AED that supports high-quality CPR is so important in a cardiac arrest emergency. Why should you consider having an AED in your facility? Because statistically, having an AED can improve cardiac arrest survival by as much as 5 times. Why does having an AED available increase survival so drastically? Time. To a cardiac arrest victim, time is critical. To give them best possible chances for survival, they should receive high-quality CPR along with a defibrillating shock from an AED as soon as possible. CPR should begin immediately, and a shock should be delivered within the first 3 to 4 minutes from collapse. For every minute that passes, chances of survival diminish by about 10%. After 10 minutes have passed without care, chances of survival are nearly zero. Emergency services response times average about 7 minutes or more. Consequently, when no AED is immediately available, cardiac arrest results in survival rates of only about 5 to 10%. Having an AED on site enables lay rescuers to respond faster and improves those chances to around 24%. As mentioned earlier, cardiac arrest victims require a shock from an AED along with high-quality CPR as soon as possible. Why is CPR so important? In a cardiac arrest, an AED will only advise a shock about 50% of the time. Nearly 100% of cardiac arrest victims will require high-quality CPR. High-quality CPR moves oxygenated blood to the heart. It also evacuates blood from a distended heart. Providing a struggling heart with oxygenated blood and evacuating blood from it can help increase shock effectiveness when a shock is advised. It can also result in the presentation of a shockable rhythm on the next analysis, when the previous analysis had not advised a shock. Zoll's AED Plus uses the same life-saving real CPR Help technology that is designed into all of Zoll's defibrillators. Medical professionals in many hospitals and emergency services organizations depend on Zoll's real CPR Help to improve CPR quality and ultimately patient outcomes. Zoll Real CPR Help technology has been clinically shown to more than double a cardiac arrest victim's chances of survival. In 2013, the American Heart Association issued a consensus of science statement that recommended the use of CPR feedback devices in every rescue based on data from studies conducted using Zoll's Real CPR Help. Virtually every victim of cardiac arrest requires high-quality chest compressions delivered at the correct rate and depth. This is critical to help circulate oxygenated blood to improve shock success and survival. So how do you know if you're providing high-quality CPR? Zoll's proprietary Real CPR Help is the only technology that can both see and provide real-time feedback on the quality of CPR compressions. The display includes a compression depth indicator that shows CPR compressions in real time as they're being performed. Real-time feedback on CPR compressions allows the rescuer to see the quality of their compressions and make corrections if needed on the very next compression. In addition to the compression depth indicator, the Zoll AED Plus provides voice and text prompts to remind you to push harder if your compressions are too shallow. If your compressions are at the correct depth, it also provides rescuers with a reassuring good compressions. As previously mentioned, the AED Plus includes text prompts. Text prompts can be useful in noisy environments where voice prompts may be difficult to hear. To further support the rescuer, the user interface on the AED Plus includes large, easy-to-interpret graphic icons. Icons are useful in multilingual environments to help guide rescuers in an emergency. The CPRD adult electrodes used with the AED Plus are the only AED electrodes with a one-piece design. One-piece electrodes help ensure fast and accurate placement of the pads on a victim. The pads also use a peel-in-place design that minimizes potential mishandling and damage during application. The CPR landmark helps ensure proper hand placement. CPR-D electrodes last an industry-leading 5 years, where most other pads only last 2 years. Batteries for the AED Plus also last 5 years. Longer life consumables reduce the frequency of replacements, which improves readiness and reduces the long-term cost of ownership. The cover of the AED Plus can be used as a passive airway by simply placing it under the victim between the shoulder blades. We are now going to turn on the Zoll AED Plus to show the exceptional rescuer support and demonstrate the power of real CPR help.
Adult pads. Unit OK. Stay calm. Check responsiveness. Call for help. Open airway. Check breathing. Attach defib pads to patient's bare chest.
The pad package includes a scissor for cutting away clothing. It also includes a patient prep kit with razor, wipes, and other items needed in a rescue. An AED will recommend a shock only about 50% of the time. An unresponsive victim will need CPR nearly 100% of the time. The Zoll AED Plus can see if CPR has begun and will continue to prompt the rescuer to start CPR. The compression depth indicator shows each compression in real time so that if needed, a correction can be made on the very next compression. If compressions are too shallow, a voice and text prompt will indicate that you need to push harder. If compressions are at the correct depth, as indicated by the bolded bars between the two markers, the Zoll AED Plus will give an encouraging good compressions. It is not uncommon for rescuers to tire as they do compressions. If they do, they'll again be prompted to push harder.
Push harder.
If you stop compressions, the Zoll AED Plus can see this and will prompt you to continue CPR.
Continue CPR.
This concludes our presentation of the Zoll AED Plus. With real CPR help and one-of-a-kind features, it shows that not all AEDs are created equal.